Alright, another SBB Urban Adventure ride. It's October 29th. It's absolutely beautiful tonight. 45 degrees. Good group. Strong group. I'm got a lump in my throat because I'm feeling like I'm going to get dropped about halfway through this ride. Following Brad Ford here into the Peninsula system. And the trails are actually getting better and better each day. They're opening up after each cold night. Less slappy bits to deal with. So I'm splicing a lot of stuff together just because there's no need to watch 2 hours of us winding through the woods and through parking lots and through backyards. But the Peninsula system, if you haven't ridden it before, is challenging. There's some pretty steep gradients, some splashy water crossings here and there. Well, at least 2. Here's one. But it's a ton of fun. Now we're jumping ahead here, and I'm behind Conrad Shannon, who is riding single speed tonight for reasons I think he didn't choose. Yeah, poor guy. So we're still in the Peninsula Iowa River Trail system. Heading up, heading down. It's a lot of fun. Some pretty steep drops with some technical sections with roots and rocks. So you got to pay attention. I'm pretty impressed about how the GoPro is working at night, and I've got outbound lighting, overhang on my head, and the Evo in the front of the bars, and it's pretty amazing. It's like riding at daytime, basically. Still winding our way through the trails and approaching, I guess they call it Big Rock, not really sure, but nice scenic overlook. So we paused there to regroup. Yeah, again, it was just an amazing night and a ton of fun. Like I said, there's some technical bits on these trails, some things you need to duck under for sure.
Low tree.
And but it's manageable. Now we're coming up on the scenic overlook. Beautiful sunset.
Oh, this is new.
We gathered here and took some photos. Nice photo opportunity. Kind of a dead end here. You can't really ride out the other way. There's a trail that goes down to the river, but it's just too wet down there. Heading away from scenic overlook and back on the trail and trying to hold Ren Stinson's wheel. Never met Ren before. It's nice to finally catch up with him. I've seen him in races. Strong guy, skilled on the bike. So twisting in and out of the trees, another big climb. And then there's several options back there, so reasonably called for a regroup here. Make sure no one gets lost. Back on the trail, and we're heading into what is probably the most technical section of the Iowa River Trail system. There's a narrow path, a big drop to the right-hand side, and there's some rocky outcroppings where you could easily whack a pedal and get ejected. We're heading into it now. There's the big rock. Everybody made it through, and we're out and onwards.
shifting like it's fully loaded. It's just jumping around. So. Is that a transmission? Yeah. That was out of alignment. Could be. It looks clean. I didn't bang it. I don't think. Gonna make a hard right and a climb, Patrick.
So we just emerged from a little loop that goes under the pedestrian bridge and this spillway at the Iowa River Power Company, and my cassette is fully loaded. And I'm just jumping through gears. It just won't hold a single gear. Eventually it clears out. Pulled a bunch of crap out when I got home. Riding through what we call the Trail Cam Trail. It's hardly ever ridden. Call it Trail Cam Trail because of the trail cam. Several of them are mounted throughout this area. In fact, we're coming up on one pretty soon here. You can see it mounted right there. Hopefully more people get through here because it's actually pretty fun, especially coming from the north to the south. We're going sort of in the opposite direction. It's good stuff.
Excuse me, sir, you need to start.
Just meeting up with Cameron, who dropped in on the ride. And we're heading out of the dog park, and we're going to go over to the Laura Drive Bandit Trail. Super fun back there.
Whatever it was must have fallen out.
So we're headed over to the double track that parallels Interstate 80. And this has always been a favorite of mine. But tonight turned out to be a little disappointing. Seems there's some activity back there. There's a big backhoe. There's a truck. It was a little alarming to actually happen upon people out there at this time of day. We'll see what comes of it. Hopefully they don't tear all this up. Yeah, the first bad sign, the big backhoe. Moving dirt back here. It's no good. Oh well, like I said, we'll see. Now we're dropping into the Bandit Trail along Laura Drive. It's just super fun, super steep, big whoops. Can't take it quite as fast at night, of course, but it's worth coming out to check it out. It's super hard riding the opposite direction. We're just climbing out of that Bandit Trail, and we're gonna go hit that new single track that the city of Iowa City made. At least we're just gonna hit the big downhill, which is cool. So we're gonna climb up pavement, and then we're bombing in here. This is worth checking out too. And Patrick and I had a laugh after this big drop, where he was still in like his highest gear and was spinning about 150 RPMs right here. It's good stuff. Okay, we're jumping quite a ways ahead here. We've ridden mostly through campus and through town, through alleys, just, sort of madness. And now we're in a section that shall remain unnamed, but it was quite a bit of fun. I've never even hiked back here, let alone ridden a bicycle, so it was cool. But I'll be jumping around here, headed towards the finale. So now we're back onto Prairie du Chien Road, headed back towards Waterworks to end the ride. And I absolutely knew these guys were going to start to light it up, and I was just like, hang on. And sadly, I lost a wheel and just got dropped bad. Still a lot of fun. Just coming over the little swell in Prairie du Chien Road. There's a slight descent now, and I'm thinking if I can just hold a wheel. There's Brad. I'm going to sit on Brad's wheel. Actually, they kind of let up a little bit, so I sort of drop, I think, into an aero tuck here and just think, okay, I'm going to maintain pace. I'm going to be able to hang with these guys. I can do it tonight. Let's go. But alas, it was not to be. Just they slowly ramped it up, and I was systematically overtaken one by one. Well, that's how it goes. Still a lot of fun. So I'm like holding as many watts as I possibly can at this point, and then just start to fade immediately. Just had to let up their heart rate super high. And there they go. I'm thinking, all right, one last dig. Get back up there. Get onto Lindner Drive. Finish with these guys. Nope. Alas, that's how it goes. After riding, I don't know, for a while by myself on Lindner Drive, there's a glimmer of hope. There's someone up there. I'm gonna get him. Yeah, it turns out to be Conrad, who's still single speed and has no gears. Well. So the last fun part of this ride is the grassy drop back into Waterworks. It's super fun. Super fast. Just gotta hammer through this stuff. It was much easier to see than this video makes it appear. Just flying through here. Over this rise, sharp right hand, off camber, trying to stay upright, and then big boom and drop to the finish. And remarkably, the battery on the camera died just as we entered the parking area. So all in all, an amazingly fun night. Thanks, Nate, for mapping out another awesome adventure in Iowa City. Until next time.